What is up, everybody? Welcome back.
Hello.
Except for the title was wrong. Yeah. I want to apologize to everyone. All the confusion I have caused.
Public service announcement.
I put Ask a Fin Scout Friday.
Yeah. I almost said Happy Wednesday. Friday.
I know. It's like you get into that habit.
You do.
So, everyone document this. I guess it's recorded for posterity. This is the one time that I've been wrong. And it very well could be the only time I'm wrong. So you guys got to experience it. So maybe I'm not saying sorry. Maybe this is like fun and exciting to be a part of.
Yeah.
Now you guys can say that you were here that one time I was wrong.
One time. Yes. Good grief. You know what? I could say Merry Christmas Eve.
Yes. Merry Christmas Eve's Eve. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
I like it.
That's true.
I like it. I'm kind of upset I didn't get the hat memo though.
Yeah. So Logotology out of Texas, which is who made my YouTube the shirts.
That's awesome.
They also did this. I think it was kind of a hey, we embroider other stuff too. We could do crazy stuff like I don't know, Santa hats. But we should next year. We should do them like with the Ozark Fence logo. I think that'd be cool. Yeah,
that'd be fun. I would do all my appointments in them.
Yeah, of course, of course. Hilarious. Well. So, and he might be joining us here in a little bit, but Sean, Mr. Fence, he's got a blue one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so because their colors are like blue and chrome, obviously. But yeah, he does. I saw him in a live video the other day, and he had a blue Santa hat. I was like,
cool.
Like
we need orange ones.
Yes.
Santa hats.
I need to make myself notes like sooner.
Yes.
Because like by the time I'm like, oh, that's cool. Well, Christmas is next week, so we're probably not going to be able to get that done.
Yep, that's fair.
We got a few people popping in here.
All right.
Nicole's from here on Facebook.
Oh, wow. Welcome.
I don't know how you're from Facebook, but
no. Or YouTube. She could be on
YouTube. No, it's got the F. It's got the Facebook.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. So she lives in Facebook. Is it, do you just call it the city of Facebook or is it Facebookville?
Well, I think if it's like the land of Facebook, it's just Facebook.
I like how you said that. The land of
Facebook. Yep. So welcome. Oh, we're already not starting out good.
I know. I get it. Okay. This doesn't happen a lot that I'm wrong. So it's like when it happens, it really, really happens. So
no.
Yeah, I know. Come on now. I'll strive to do better. This will be the one time, I'm pretty sure.
All right. Well, welcome, Nicole. Thank you for stopping in.
We've got several other people here with us that it shows us that how many people are watching, but it doesn't show us who's watching. So
exactly,
if you're watching, say hi. That way we can say hello back, and we can wish you Merry Christmas Eve.
Perfect.
Yeah. If you celebrate, if not, we'll wish you whatever you would like to wish.
We'll wish you a good day.
Yeah. Or you can just put in the comments what you'd like to be wished.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Listen, I will wish you whatever you want to be wished.
We wish you good fortune.
Yeah, good fortune. Yeah. Many blessings. If you're into that, we'll do that.
Oh, all right. Here we go. Hello, Candace.
Hello, Candace. So Candace, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, Candace is our new customer service rock star, and she's awesome.
That's right.
We love her a lot.
Yep. She has, I don't want to say replaced, but so Bethany was our rock star, but then her family is growing and she's taking time. She's not taking time. She's just staying home with the kids. It's not.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not like she's back next year. So she's staying home. She's gonna be a homemaker.
Yeah.
So yeah. But so Bethany, if you're watching, congratulations to you.
Yes.
But yeah, Candace is the new rock star. So
she is. I'm excited. We're gonna do big things.
Yep. She just started this week, and Sarah and I were talking before this got started. How well she's doing.
Oh yeah.
Really caught on very quickly. I am very excited. So she's going to be the office administration rock star, but also retail sales.
Yes. Yeah.
So
taking
that's
on the materials.
Yeah, that's something that for 2021, that's a really big deal for us. Is we really want to tackle retail sales because we talk about it occasionally. You guys probably heard us talk about it, but we haven't really marketed it because it was in the office. We really didn't have one team member whose sole responsibility was that.
Yep.
Or who could focus on that. We all kind of shared responsibility, but Candace, her background really lends itself well to retail sales. So I'm
excited.
Yep.
It'd be good.
Welcome, Candace.
Yes. Hello. Thank you for watching.
Johnny.
Hello.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's what we will be wishing you unless you tell us different. We will welcome Johnny.
Yes. Welcome. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, Johnny is a Ozark Fence fam from the past.
Yeah, he's an alumni.
Alumni.
Ozark Fence alumni.
Alumnus.
Yeah.
You bet. Yeah, so Johnny was our wood fence installing rock star back in the day.
Yep.
So,
Nope.
welcome,
Awesome.
Johnny.
Yes. Hello. All right.
So it's been a short week.
It has been,
3-day week. I'm working on a theory
Oh.
that if a holiday falls on a weekday,
Mhm.
and so if the office is closed for a holiday, every day leading up to that or every day thereafter, whatever, every day that remains in that week will be a Monday.
Well, I don't like that.
I don't like it either, but I'm saying it pretty much happens.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's kind of the way it works.
It does make you earn your
That's right.
your time off.
Right.
For sure.
Or if it's on a Monday and we take Monday off, you do pay for that.
Yeah.
The rest of the week.
Yeah.
The rest of the week is Monday.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's been a week.
Yeah.
But
very exciting week.
Yeah.
For
But
some things.
So
Yeah.
on Monday though, we closed on the new building.
Yes.
The
That was awesome.
building. What are we going to call it? It's a series of buildings. And so sometimes I say building complex, but I think when I say that, people hear me say building complex, like it's a huge commercial.
Well, and I even thought like maybe it's like a compound, but then I was like, that has a lot of negative.
Yeah, I don't like compound. That's not a good
Jonesboro. Like, don't like that.
Yeah,
like,
not a compound.
Don't like that. No Kool-Aid here, folks.
There's not a compound.
Yeah,
it is not a compound.
Yeah.
But yes, off the complex, it just seems a little lofty, like a little lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
new building.
Really cool.
We'll just say new building. We'll
Yeah.
just say that. But
I like it.
a lot of work. We got a lot of work to do. We've got electricians coming in Monday to work on the electric. So to outfit the fabrication shop with 220 outlets so that we can move our welders over. And then we've got propane. They're setting the propane tanks Monday also so that we can have heat in those shops. The guys will appreciate that. Although not in the last couple of days. Last couple of days we could do without heat. But
yeah, it's been great.
But winter is coming.
Yes.
You cannot put it off. Now
today, actually.
If we could, as a matter of fact, right about
winter
now.
is coming right now.
Yeah. So when you showed up, it was pouring, raining.
Raining.
When I showed up, it was kind of cloudy, and I showed up just a little bit ago, started, getting stuff ready and all that. You showed up, it was raining, and so we leased this spot right now. It's and so the Jordan Creek travels right past here, and it was flowing.
Yes.
It was white water flowing.
Yeah.
So, but now, like looking through the door, so we don't see a window directly. We can just see through this door that we see a reflection of the window that's like over that way down the hall, and it looks sunny now.
Yeah.
So,
not sure what's happening.
I don't know, but if this is winter, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not mad about it.
I have a feeling we'll be paying for this. It's like anything; you end up paying for it all. But if we could keep this, I would like that a lot.
It's kind of like a delayed winter, I think.
Yeah. Postponed winter.
Yep. All right. Oh, I'm gonna skip this one only because of the attention span.
Yeah.
Hello, Jackson.
Jackson, hello, buddy.
Hi, buddy.
How are you? Actually, what time is it? Oh, Macy's not watching.
Oh.
No, she got picked up around 11. So
okay.
But hello, Jackson.
Hi, Jackson.
How are you, buddy?
So, Jackson, if you're still watching, I just bought this wrapping paper. And it has Santa Claus riding a dinosaur, and I'm really excited.
So you're saying you wrapped me a present?
Wrap someone a present. Someone a present.
Chris,
pretty cool.
Santa Claus riding a dinosaur, buddy. How cool is that?
Heck yeah. I like it. You're going to love it.
So, Brent, we apologize. We had to skip ahead of you to Jackson because his attention span, he's got the attention span of a 3-year-old.
Yes.
Which makes sense because he's 3.
Yeah.
But Merry Christmas, Brent.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
Happy
Beautiful people.
here.
I assume he's talking to you, but I'll take the compliment too. Like I'll take it. That's
it's people. It's plural.
Yeah, I
maybe
think,
it's to everyone. It's like, hello, beautiful people.
Yeah, I think he's just being nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that. But I'll go with it. No, Brent, thank you. And also, Brent was kind enough to send me some crab.
That's what I hear.
And surprised me with a little bit of lobster in there, lobster tails in there too. So I have received it, Brent. So there's a little bit of panic. So last Thursday, last Thursday, my days started getting mixed up. We thought it might be time for baby Josie to show up.
Yes.
And so I was scrambling and to get home and run to the hospital and Brent calls me. He's like, hey, your package is on the way. It'll be there tomorrow morning. Oh,
Ooh.
You know what else might be here tomorrow morning? But yeah, so we ended up getting home and no baby Josie yet, but it's kind of one of those any day type things. So,
Yeah.
but we were able to get to receive the package and to make sure it went in the
Nice.
freezer. So, Brent, thank you.
Yes.
Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Absolutely. All right. Hello, Dan.
What's up, Dan?
Welcome.
Dan is like going for the what's a top fan badge on our Facebook
badge.
page.
Yeah.
He's liking all the content. He's commenting.
I like it.
Dan, thank you. if Facebook has not awarded you top fan yet, I will give you the honorary title of top fan until Facebook can catch up, because I'm sure you've earned it for sure. Merry Christmas, that. Dan. Merry Christmas. I like his I like the
avatar.
Yeah, the avatar. Yeah. That's the word I was looking for. Where that is very cool. That's very neat.
Awesome.
Very festive.
Yes.
Well, so it's been a short week.
Yes.
How has the week been going?
It's been pretty good. We've been kind of staying right on course. We did have a little bit of an excitement yesterday.
Yesterday morning, you bet.
So we're doing an ornamental job. And
the story started Monday.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So we did not have all of the utilities located. They didn't come in yet. So we said, okay, you know what? We're just going to have to postpone this, which is okay. It was by a day, so not a big deal. And we kind of pivoted to something else. No biggie. And yesterday, Scott comes in and he goes, hey, are those utilities located? And I said, oh, I haven't checked it. Let's look. So I pulled it up. Everything was located. And he goes, even the gas line? Yep, even the gas line. Okay.
Well, because the communication said marked, right? It said
clear/no.
Well, no, AT&T was marked. Because I remember we talked about that.
And then the other one were clear no conflict. Yes. All the way down. So I said, oh, okay.
Which means they're like, yeah, we don't have any utility, which is
not
strange because
I had the entire property marked.
Yeah, you asked for the entire property to be marked.
We're doing a few different projects all kind of around, making their yard one big yard, essentially. Yep. And so I said, you know what? Instead of me trying to explain where this fence is going, just mark everything and we'll go from there.
Better safe than sorry.
Always. And so he had noticed a different outlet or something. Somehow he had already asked about the gas. He was like, really? That's weird that I don't see any flags. Clear no conflict. Okay. So then I get a call a couple hours later. And he goes, hey, we had a gas line out here. I was like, oh no, because I've already called the 911. I'm sitting here with all my favorite firefighters. We're good. But I just want to let you know, as the project manager. I said, okay, cool. The homeowners knew they're in the process of repairing it. But yeah, there were no markings to be found.
So you're telling me it was not clear and there was a conflict?
Correct. Yes. Yes.
I feel like we talk about this almost every week, utilities.
I know.
But it's something that comes up. This is something that we deal with. Now, this is the one time this year that we've hit gas.
Yeah.
And we'll knock on some wood to hope that we clear out. This is the only time this year. Yep. Because when you hit a gas line, it causes some excitement.
Oh, yeah.
Causes, like Scott said, his favorite firemen come out.
Yep.
And probably the police show up to block off the roads. And so one time when we hit one, when I was on a crew, we hit one and they sent everyone. Oh, yeah. So we got fire, police, we got some EMS, we got an ambulance on site, like
just in case.
And then, but what's funny is in the city utility gas guys show up and they're just nonchalant. They're like, I don't know what they do this all the time, but I mean, just fix it real quick.
We just patch it real quick. And, it took them a total, I think, of 15 minutes to dig, because I mean the area was already kind of dug where it was.
Fairly excavated.
So they just continued doing that, put a patch on it, and on their way.
Yep. Yeah, they because one of the guys, and now I'm a fence guy. I'm not a natural gas guy. Let's say that first. But one of the guys was kind of explaining to me, because I was like, man, isn't this dangerous? You're just right there in the middle of it. He's like, well, no, I mean, if it's a little nick, by the time it gets into the atmosphere, it's so diluted that it's not really a big thing. But you have to have a standard response. Yeah. So you can't have one response for if it's a little nick, or one response for if the main gets hit. You got to have one response. So if there's a gas line call, you go worst case scenario, which I get it.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. It was exciting, but everything was fixed and they're actually finishing up the project now.
Yeah. So, as we speak.
Exciting. Yeah. Oh, Merry Christmas, buddy. We're almost there. It's almost Christmas time.
Hey, what about me? Why don't I get a Merry... Jackson, why don't I get a Merry Christmas? I'm wearing a Santa hat and everything.
Yeah, but your wrapping paper doesn't have Santa riding a dinosaur.
And now, how do you know that? Now, how do you?
I'm pretty
You haven't
confident.
been looking under our tree.
I have seen no Snapchats, and I feel confident
Maybe
I would have seen one.
Maybe I'm just keeping it a secret.
Maybe.
No, you're absolutely right. One, if I had actually wrapped anything,
Yeah,
that would be all over social media. Period. Because I would be very proud of myself.
Well, sure.
But yeah, if it was Santa riding a dinosaur, I would be letting some people know. You bet.
Pretty cool.
But I'd know better than to do that because that present would not last long under the tree.
Oh, that's true.
It would accidentally fall open.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah. The wrap paper just accidentally fall off, and then it would open up.
The toy would fall out of the box, and
then you got to play with it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
According to a 3-year-old, that's 3-year-old logic.
That is logic. All right. Hello.
Tomorrow, welcome.
Welcome. We're happy to have you.
Now, what we're saying is, if you don't tell us different, we're gonna wish you Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Well,
Merry Christmas Eve. That's
yes.
right. That's right.
Yes.
So, Merry Christmas Eve.
Yes.
And let's tell us different. If you want us to wish you something else, we can do that.
Good tidings.
We're taking requests.
Yeah.
We're a very big very big request show.
Yes.
Very big request show. If you want us to wish you something, you just let us know.
Yep. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of a short week. So not a lot of Fence stuff to talk about.
Not a ton.
Yeah. Next week is next week? No, next week is a short week too. Because we got New Year's. So this week, today's technically the last day Ozark Fence is open. Ozark Fence will be closed tomorrow and Friday to give our team members a chance to, if they're traveling, do that, or if they have family traveling to them, a little bit of last minute preparation for that.
Absolutely.
So, or time just to spend with their family. Yeah. So we're going to do that. Now, I'll be hosting. I've got my YouTube channel, and every Thursday I do Ask Me Anything. So I'll be doing that. So
cool.
I'll be right back here from 3 to 5:30. But yeah. And then next week we're only closed on New Year's Day. So
Perfect.
New Year's Eve isn't necessarily something to take off of work for. I don't think we've got a lot of fences to get in the ground, and it's not like a big traveling holiday either.
No, that's true.
But I know better than to try to work on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And it's
a little slower.
Asking for trouble.
Yep.
Asking for trouble. So
absolutely.
And it's a Friday. So
that's true.
You just roll with the punches, and we'll be closed January 1st. And then, yeah. Now that's a question though, Sarah. So do we do the Ask a Fence Guy live on Friday, or do we want to push it up?
Ooh, I don't know. I kind of like the Wednesday thing. Kind of breaks up the week.
Okay. So Ask a Fence Guy Wednesday, and I'll try to get it right this time. I apologize. Yeah. Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay. Same time, same place.
Yeah, we'll be here.
We'll just do that. Very good. Very good.
Now, okay, how much longer do you think until we're in the new studio doing Ask a Fence Guy on Friday?
I don't know. I don't. So we've got some projects. One, it used to be a caretaker's quarters, which if this were not a commercially zoned property, some people might confuse it with an apartment.
Sure.
It is not an apartment. It is a caretaker's quarters. It is a commercially zoned property. Let's be clear. But so we've got to kind of retrofit it. We've got to, there was not a lot of network wiring in there, and this is obviously live. So we need some networking wires.
There's a lot kind of going on here.
Yeah, there is. Well, a lot of this is pretty portable, but the networking is the important part. We need to be able to get this on the internet. So, yeah, we got a couple bids for networking. I think we've got a solid solution there. But the networking, all right. So there's some work to get done. We need to remodel to some extent the front office we need to move a wall. The floor is a little wonky. We need to try to fix the floor.
A little uneven.
But the thing is, this is all kind of goes in sequence in that we're not going to do the networking until we have the walls open so that we can run networking to the front offices too.
Yep.
So, does the YouTube studio have to wait until the remodel's done up front? Not necessarily, but the networking, that needs to happen. So
makes sense.
I don't know. I mean, could we run a wire like on the floor? Like we could all the way through the entire thing. Here's the thing about the office. It's not, when you see it from the road, it looks really big, but a lot of it's just faux walls, window dressing sort of thing. But this office goes all the way from basically College Street down the entire depth of this lot. I mean, almost, which is kind of unique. So it used to be a house and it had a barn that sat behind it. And then over the years, now that was back in the 50s, through the year. Well, it actually probably predated the 50s. I just have a plot map rendering from, it was like 57 or something, showed a house and a barn. And so anyway, so over the years, though, they incorporated it all together. Yeah. So the YouTube studio will be in what used to be the hayloft of the barn. And then, of course, all the networking cables and all that's going to be up in the what used to be the house. So it's a fair distance from one to the other. So I don't think we could run wire just from the networking area up into the YouTube studio. So
I didn't even realize that. I mean, I knew that there was a barn, but now, like looking at the layout, I would almost wonder if that was a milking barn. The way those workshops.
Yeah,
work. I bet it was.
It probably was. I bet so. You know what we ought to do? I don't know if we'll be able to do it live, but we ought to do a video like walkthrough of it. Actually, we probably can't do a live. We'll just have to do, well, I'll just say you have to use one of our phones for the live, which is fine. But I don't know about reception once you start getting into like that lower level of where the barn, now it's workshops, but I don't know what reception would be like down in there. Might be a little bit hit or miss.
We just have to probably take a video and then.
So we can do one. Well, and we could do it live once we get all the networking done because we'll have wireless access points kind of throughout. Perfect. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that, or a pre-recorded video before. We'll figure it out. But if we're talking timelines for when you guys will see us in a new studio, I'd say probably a couple months.
I would say,
I think that's accurate. Everything's kind of got to get done in stages. So, they're going to open the walls up. They're going to bring the floor up, and then we can run new networking in. We also have to do some electrical rework, and so that can get done when the walls are open. Then once all that's done, then we have to reschedule the construction guys to come back out, finish the walls, put down the floor. I guess they could probably do I don't know. This is way outside my ballpark, or outside my area of expertise. Basically, I said, here's what I need done. And you just tell me like what we need to do, who you need to interface with and schedule with, and we'll just make it happen.
I think my favorite part of the new building is that in one of the hall closets, you open up the floor and there's a cellar.
There's a root cellar.
Yeah.
It's under where the original house used to be.
Yeah.
So, which was the funny part is those stairs used to be outside.
Really?
Yeah. So you would walk through a back door and then the root cellar. Then you'd kind of turn a little corner, and then your root cellar is there to go under the house, which is how they used to be.
Well, and where our lot is now, that house had one.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, didn't even think about that.
No. Yeah. Well, what's funny about that is so the lot we're on now had a house and it did have one. And I don't know what happened, but the guy driving the bulldozer that was dropping this house didn't know there was one.
No.
And he tipped that bulldozer into the basement. That was exciting. This was 20 years ago.
Yeah,
this is when I was 16. So it made a huge impression on me. Pull into the lot, see a bulldozer tipped into the basement. To be fair, I didn't know there was a basement there either. So easy to do.
There were doors on the outside of it.
Was there?
There of the actual cellar. No, I don't know if there was a legitimate basement. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, maybe I just never noticed it.
Yeah, because I remember I was given specific instructions not to go down those stairs.
Yeah, no kidding. There's no telling what was down there.
Yeah, kind of shocking. I never did, but
but anyway,
bulldozer did. So,
exciting updates to come. Once the network is done and we can get internet, the rest of it happens really quickly. I'll fill you guys in a little bit more like as it goes on, but we just spoke with a company that sells a product called Rewood, which it is reclaimed redwood. So it's reclaimed redwood fences for the most part. There's some other products too that they reclaim. They refinish them, they plane them down, they make them really nice, and it's peel and stick.
Oh.
So it's pretty slick.
Oh, so like if you wanted to do like a faux wood wall.
That's exactly what we're going to do.
Okay.
So like what you guys see behind us here, this is actually
it's a tarp.
It's actually just fabric. Yeah. So, it's fabric that's dyed and printed on or whatever to make it look like wood. But what we're going to be able to do is actually have a wood background, and it's redwood. So they've got a couple different options. They've got like a natural redwood where you see kind of natural variations, and then they have kind of some I forget what terminology they use, but it's basically like a stained redwood where you get some nice color variations. So they're going to send us a little bit of both, a little bit of both.
I can't wait to see that.
You guys will be able to see that, but I would say probably a couple months to but once that happens, once the network gets in, it's all going to happen very quickly. We're going to once a Rewood product gets here, we're probably going to work ahead. We can do that. And then once the network gets in, the lights are portable, cameras portable, everything, the rest of everything here is portable. So we'll be able to move pretty quickly. I'm excited.
That's awesome. All right. Hi, Abby.
Abby, how are you?
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. How are you?
Yeah.
Now, Abby, if you didn't hear, I'm going to say this every time just because we might get people to join. Unless you tell us different, we're going to wish you Merry Christmas Eve's Eve.
Yes.
If you want us to wish you something else, just tell us. I please wish me future fame and fortune. I'll do that. I don't mind doing that.
Sure.
But we prefer to say Merry Christmas just because that's kind of where we're at. But
I'm not sure how qualified we are to ensure that stuff will happen, but like
no, we're not in charge of fulfillment on these wishes. Good. We're just
I wish
wishing
you $1 million.
Yeah.
I wish you the Powerball winnings.
Yeah, we're not in the fulfillment department of these wishes. We're only in the general wish giving. Yeah. So basically, we're in sales. We're not in fulfillment. We're just in sales.
Sure.
We're not even in procurement. We don't even go and get the stuff to make the wishes happen.
No.
We only sell the wishes.
We're
not even selling them. We're just giving them away.
We just give them away. They're free. Yep. We're a non-profit wish giving page now.
Big wish giving show right here. Big wish giving show. But no, Merry Christmas, Abby.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
I'm glad you joined us.
Yep. Yes. Okay.
All right.
She's okay with Merry Christmas Eve. All right.
Well, was she saying yes to that, or was she saying wish to my custom, or was she saying yes to my custom wishes of fame and fortune?
I want you to wish me all the yes answers. You know what I mean? Kind of like Jim Carrey in that
where
movie.
He couldn't say
he couldn't
say a lie. No, he couldn't say a lie. It was liar, liar.
No, this is a different one. This is a newer one.
Oh, okay.
Where he had to say yes to everything. Yes, man. Yes, man. That's what it's called.
That could get dangerous.
Yeah. So, Abby, we wish you all the yeses to all of your questions.
There you go.
Boom.
Wish given. All right. So, one thing we should probably actually talk about Fence stuff for just a little bit.
Yep, that's fair.
Because we like to be a Fence show as well. This is Ask a Fence Gal Wednesday.
Yes.
So I got off the phone. I talked to a steel supplier this morning, and actually, you and I hadn't even had this conversation. So we've talked before about how the price of steel has been going up, and it seems like, and this happened again today, where every time our supplier's truck shows up, the prices have gone up, and the truck shows up every week. And the way this works, which seems backwards, but the truck shows up, and then we get emailed a receipt of what they have charged our credit card for that, and an itemized receipt that shows what all we bought. So we don't really know what the stuff costs until they've run our credit card and we're unloading it, which is backwards, especially when, so last week, some of the fittings took like a 28 to 30% increase. Yeah. That was not fun. Yeah. And so this week the truck showed up, and lo and behold, fittings now some of them are the ones that went up last week, but they went up another 2 or 3%. But so we had a big vinyl coated order in there today. Everything vinyl coated has gone up. It was like 35%. So, which is bizarre because these are projects that we've already sold. Right. So we've sold it. We've ordered the material. Material shows up 30% higher. So not a great scenario if we're being honest. But so I was kind of venting with another guy I knew that was in the fencing industry, not a contractor, but kind of in the supply chain. And he was like, well, here's the problem. He said, here's another problem that's coming up is the producers. So the manufacturers are telling us in the supply chain to buckle up because late first quarter, early second quarter next year, there's going to be a significant shortage of steel so what they track is raw delivery. So raw deliveries now are down, they're only 20% of what they should be. So they're down by 80% or however the math works on that.
Sure.
Yeah, so the price of steel next year is going to just go through the roof. And so what these suppliers were telling the what the manufacturers are telling the suppliers and the middlemen is buy all you can buy right now. Like while we have it, buy it, because we're talking about the price of steel doubling and tripling next year just because the supply dries up, which is what we saw in treated pine this year.
Yes, it was.
We went from $750 a 4x4 pre-pandemic to, if there for low was $1950. So they're saying to expect the same thing in the steel market. And so the deliveries are down. But also there's some huge projects underway right now. In Republic, we've got a huge Amazon facility, and I forget how many tens or 20s of acres this facility is. It is massive. Yeah. There's 22 of those under construction right now.
Wow.
Just throughout the country. So they're buying up all the red iron they can get to build these things. So, and the only reason it's only 22 is because that's the material they could source.
Yeah.
So, we're going to run into these issues, the low supply, but also the demand is going to just continue skyrocketing. I mean, Amazon has had one of their best years ever this year because everyone's buying from home. They're not going to the store.
Yeah.
So, they can afford to build these huge fulfillment centers, these, 22 acre facilities. That takes red iron.
Yeah.
So I say all that to say, if you want a chain link fence,
get it now.
Now's the time. Just because, one, it's already started to go up, 30%. Well, I don't want to say per week because it's kind of different materials, but we're seeing a pretty consistent 30% increase across the material line each and every week. It's not going to be sustainable.
Oof, no.
So there's your late breaking fence news.
Fence news. Yeah. You're here first.
That's right.
All right. Got some comments here. Oh, okay, good.
All right.
Abby's
Merry Christmas Eve. Very good.
Perfect.
Well, we wish that to you.
All right. Oh, Ellie.
Hello,
Hi,
Ellie. How are you? Yes. Ellie, Merry Christmas Eve's Eve.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Got it. Yeah. I also wish you fame and fortune. I'm just throwing it out. We're going to cover all the bases.
All the things.
All the bases. Yeah. Wish you a prosperous new year.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that what we say New Year's is you I don't know, a prosperous new year? You wish people a prosperous new year?
Isn't that what it is? Merry Christmas and a happy new year, but
yeah. Well, it's like
maybe you're thinking like the business side of it,
But I think it's in the song. That
tidings for Christmas and happy. But you're thinking very different songs.
Yeah, the New Year song. I don't know the words, but that's how it goes. I mean, you guys get it. You guys get it.
Big karaoke show.
Does. Yeah, that's how it goes. Hello, Ellie.
Ellie's over it.
That's right.
She's gone.
I like how she said hi to me first.
Well,
so
that's fair.
Guess we know how that goes.
You see her more.
That's right. That's right. So Ellie is actually my goddaughter.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She's awesome.
She's very cool. Very cool. Well, guys, if you got fence questions, go ahead and drop those in the comments below. Yeah. We're about halfway through. We usually do this for like an hour and a half. We usually go for an hour, and then last week went to an hour and a half when we got into the whole mashed potatoes discussion again. And we'll try to stay away from that because we know Sarah's wrong. And I mean, there's no sense, rehashing all that again. But yeah, we're still caught up in our comments.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What do you want to talk about? I've done a lot of talking so far.
We do have some pretty cool new projects coming up in Kanakuk, the camp down in Branson.
Yep.
Pretty well, not Branson, but the lake. I don't know exactly.
The lakes area.
Yes, yeah. Baxter maybe is technically what it is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's right. That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. So delivering some ornamental down there.
Yep.
That'll be exciting. They're kind of redoing some of their pool areas. So that's pretty fun. It's kind of weird though to see it without just tons of people all around, to see it kind of deserted. I've always thought the lake is kind of interesting when no one's there. It's kind of eerie.
Yeah, that's the word I was going to use. It's eerie, because sometimes my granddad would want to go on boat rides whenever he could get someone to go. I remember we went on a boat ride with him. It was kind of like now where it's unseasonably warm in like November, December, something like that. And there was no one, and the lake was like flat calm. Like this seems odd, just because like the only time I'm typically there is holidays is usually when we've got time to go.
Yep.
And it's just packed.
Busy.
Packed.
Yes.
Like 4th of July is usually a holiday that we used to go to the lake a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to talk about getting every boat possible on the lake and moving at the same time.
Yep.
That happens. That
Yep.
happens. So you're right. When you're on the lake and there's nobody else, you're like, it are wrong. Like, are we supposed to be here? Is there a new rule that we're not supposed to be on the lake right now?
Yeah.
Nobody else is here. So.
Yep. So that's coming up.
Yep. We couple of kind of new things that came up. We got a dipping tank. We got a wood dipping tank. Yep. We accepted delivery of it last week. They're actually there right now, doing some modifications on it because I have got this issue where I can't picture things very well, and so I'd given him some dimensions on what I thought, and he even asked me, like, "Are you sure?" Like, "Oh yeah, that's exactly what we need."
Yeah.
And then it got delivered. I was like, "Oh, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was," and I don't know if we'll be able to make that work. So they're there reworking it a little bit right now. But what the dip tank is so we can offer pre-stained materials. Yep. So we've got a pre-stained machine right now. Doesn't run as fast as we'd like, and it makes a bit of a mess. So by going to dipping them, we can move quicker and also contain the mess.
Yeah.
So.
Well, be able to not use as much stain too.
Yeah.
Be nice.
That's right. We'll be able to reclaim. So what it is once you dip it, it goes on a drying rack more or less above the tank. And so we'll be able to reclaim some of that stain that drips off, whereas in the past it had been lost.
Yeah.
So we've got that. We also made the decision last week, but I don't think we talked about it here just because we were still kind of in the discussion phase, but we're offering treated pine again.
Oh, yes. That's right.
Yep. So our broker reached out and let us know that the price of treated pine had come back to a point that it was financially feasible to offer again. Because before the problem with it, the financial feasibility before was it was basically the cost of cedar materials installed on steel posts. Yeah. So at that point, why do you offer it?
Right. Oh, absolutely.
So now the price is still higher than what it was pre-pandemic. I don't know that we'll ever get back to pre-pandemic pricing. Certainly hope so. It'd be nice, but I don't know that we'll see that again. But we're closer. Yeah. We're closer to where we were. So we are offering treated pine. So kind of like a good, better, best, right? And we'd call it value, improved value, and lifetime value. Why don't you tell? So I'm not doing all the talking here. Why don't you tell them what that is?
So that kind of first tier is going to be your pine picket on pine 2x4s, pine post. So all pine products. And then the improved value is you're still going to have your pine 2x4s and pine posts, but you're actually going to have the cedar pickets. So really visible on the outside of the fence, all you really see is the cedar.
Sure.
And then that lifetime value is going to be your cedar pickets, cedar 2x4s, and steel posts.
Yep.
And of course, those steel posts are covered. So really, the only steel posts that are visible are your gate posts.
Yeah. Yep.
But even those aren't visible to a passerby.
No. Yeah, they'd be visible from the inside. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the Postmaster post, the steel post we use, Postmaster is a brand of one that we use. There's also Lifetime posts or Z posts. There's alternates out there, but we prefer Postmaster posts. They hide. You can put a cover picket right over them. They sit in line with the fence. You can put a cover picket over it. Disappears. It's a really nice product. We put it in my house over the summer just because it's strong. It's got a lifetime guarantee against rust, corrosion, wind damage. It's wind load rated. What's this?
70 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 70 mile an hour. So, it's a strong post and it blends in, which is nice. So, one thing we're going to start offering once this dip tank is done, we're able to test it and get it into production. Is we're going to offer our winter special is going to be a free upgrade on any of your cedar materials, a free upgrade to pre-stained product.
Yep.
So we'll pre-stain it in one of 3 standard colors that we have, which is more or less a light, medium, dark. So it's cedar tone, chestnut, and walnut.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
So we'll upgrade to pre-stain for no cost. Yeah. And I say all cedar materials because like you had said, the improved value has cedar pickets. Mm-hmm. Now it's still a treated pine structure, posts and 4x4s. But those cedar pickets, we can pre-stain those. Yeah. The treated material, we can't pre-stain it only because that the treatment has to season.
Correct.
Has to dry and season well before we pre-stain, or else the stain just simply won't stick to the pickets.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it will, but it's not a good look.
Great.
But cedar is naturally ready to accept stain the day we receive the pickets. So we're going to offer pre-stained cedar upgrades at
Heck
no
yeah.
cost. So
I like it.
that we should be able to start rolling that out in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome.
That's
That'll be
kind of
really cool.
my goal is, make that a first of the year, start your year off right with a new fence that's pre-stained.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah.
They look really nice. And that's not to say you couldn't in the future stain either of the first two options down the road.
No.
You just really need to wait for that treatment to season to dry before you can put the stain on.
Yeah, and we've done a fair amount of that in the last couple of years, installing a treated pine fence and then saying, well, we do need to wait. And it depends what time of year. So that's a good question that people ask is, well, do you have to wait a year? Do you have to wait 6 months? Do you have to, and there's no firm timeline.
No.
It depends on the weather, really. How warm it is, how much moisture's in the air, how much has it rained. Because ultimately what we're most concerned with is moisture content.
Correct.
Right. So 15% is kind of a number that we strive to be below 15%. That way it lets us know that the board is nice and dry. It's ready to accept stain, that sort of thing. So if it's July and August, it could be 1 to 2 months.
Yeah.
If it's right now, it will probably be 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Just because it's going to be cold and it's going to be wet, and that board doesn't have a lot of opportunity to really dry out well and let that treatment season.
Yeah.
But yeah, we also offer staining after the fact as well.
I do.
So, in that same vein, one of the services we offer is also cleaning it.
Yep.
So if you've got a fence that's 5-6 years old, still structurally sound, still a really solid fence.
Yeah.
But it's showing its age. Wood naturally grays out just as the wood seasons.
Yep.
So we can clean it with an algicide. That way we clean off all the algae, mold, anything organic that's growing on that board. We can clean it right off. And and then put any stain. We carry 3 main colors of stain, but Stain Steel Experts, what did we decide the other day? It's like 18
I thought it was
colors.
more than that. I thought it was.
I think we guessed 18, and then Ashley
they were
corrected
like,
us.
it was like 30 something. Yeah, it was. We
Yeah.
were very wrong.
Well, and actually, so they can custom tint stains too. Like they have that ability. So I think like the actual answer is like infinite. You can have infinite
all of
colors.
the colors.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we carry 3 main ones: a light, medium, and dark, just so that we're not trying to inventory 30 different colors.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So.
One
One of my favorite projects was a gal that had existing fence. Her neighbors had existing fences on 2 of her sides, but she wanted to do 2 and kind of close up her front. And so what we were able to do is kind of have all of our services where we installed the new fence, pre-stained material. Then we cleaned the neighbors' old fences, got them to where that natural color would. It's never going to be exactly like it was. I mean, these fences were probably every bit of 20 years old. I would say maybe 10 to 15 years old. So they're very, very gray. We were able to brighten them up with that algicide, get everything off of them, came back, let those dry, came back and stained it to match as close as possible. And it was not extremely noticeable.
It was really close. It was probably
shocked.
A couple shades off, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's really, so that we should have been better about taking pictures of that, because it was an incredible transformation.
It was really neat.
To take an old existing fence and turn it looking, more or less brand new again. And really close to the new fence, to where if they're entertaining in the backyard and somebody takes a glance around the yard, it all looks new.
Yep.
So it looks the same.
Yeah.
We got a comment up there.
All right.
Speaking of
hello.
Stain Steel Experts, hello.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you guys.
Yes. We were just talking about
I also wish you
products.
fame and fortune. I'm doing that now for everyone too. Not only are we wishing you Merry Christmas Eve, we're also wishing you fame and fortune.
I like it.
Everybody gets it. Unless you don't. If you don't want me to say that, leave it in the comments below. I will not say it.
But here's my problem.
Okay.
What if everyone receives fame and fortune? And then is there an infinite amount of fame and fortune out there?
Well, we don't have an
limited
infinite amount of people watching. So maybe only the people we wish
watching. Only
fame
these
and
5
fortune
people will be famous and fortunate. I like it. I'm in.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know next year if you become famous and fortunate, and then we'll do a follow-up show.
Yes, follow
where it's like,
after,
like I like watching Shark Tank. I love watching the follow-ups. Like, where are they now?
Yeah,
we could do a follow-up live.
Right.
Like
First on the list is Abby.
Abby,
we're going to see about how those. Yeah,
is she famous
all of your
and fortunate?
questions answered yes.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah,
I like it.
Would you want that though?
No, probably not. Well, okay.
I feel like there's some questions out there that you would want to know too.
Well,
Like,
I
are
think
there attack aliens?
well, no. I think
I don't
you
want that to
have
be
to
us.
word it correctly. That's where you have to get creative with your wording.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Like, is there life on other planets that will also leave me alone? Yes. Cool.
Bingo.
Love it.
Bingo.
Awesome.
I get it.
Yeah.
So
You just have to be
don't ask
really
for
careful.
attack aliens.
No, do not.
Okay.
No.
Yep. Wasn't there a thing like a few weeks ago that there was aliens in the moon? Was that a thing? I heard about something like that on a
It was on
podcast.
Mars or something.
Yeah, aliens inside. Yeah, it was inside a planet.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's one that's very similar to Earth as far as the contents go.
Oh, but they're inside?
Yeah, they thought that they were like living, but then they decided it was gas. There was gas on the inside instead of like water.
So lava.
Real
Well,
big planet show here too.
Yeah. Big planet.
Yeah.
Big planet.
Yeah. I don't
Inside this hat is a little bit of tin foil. We like to talk about aliens. Aliens.
Yeah. Huh.
Hey, if they want fence, I'll be glad to talk to them about some fence.
Sure, why not?
Need some fence on the moon? We could probably figure that out.
Yeah.
We're going to. So it's funny that you should bring that up. When I say you should bring that up, when I clearly brought that up. So we did a video. We recorded some videos yesterday, which is kind of a follow up on the postponed videos we did a while ago. Yeah. One of the most common comments was, "Well, you didn't try to pull it out of the ground. You didn't try to see if you could rip it out. Like maybe it's not even held in that well." And I thought about that. I'm like, well, what would that test be simulating?
Yeah.
Maybe like a tornado. Like is a tornado sucking that fence post out of the ground? Or maybe the earth has like lost its gravity. My thinking though is in both of those scenarios, I don't know that you're like really worried about the fence.
Yeah, fence is probably not your first priority.
I feel like if it's strong enough to rip a fence out of the yard, it's ripping the roof out off your house.
Yeah.
Like I think that's, I don't know. I'm not a home builder. Maybe not. But it stands to reason that like a vertical pull strength test isn't that real world esque. Yeah, it's not. Is it a neat test? Sure. Like I've seen some of them on Facebook. One of the phone producers, actually what's funny is one of the phone producers that I can't seem to find their product anywhere, they have a vertical pull test where theirs took like 2,200 pounds of pressure to pull it out of the ground, and concrete took like 1,700. So they say ours is anchored in the earth better. My thinking is as long as you're underneath the frost line, so that frost isn't there to try to push it up, I don't know that vertical pull is going to be that real world.
What if you ever actually need to remove that post?
Yeah.
Like, should you decide to move your fence or buy the property next to you, or
what I'm more thinking about is like instead of a vertical pull, like a horizontal pull.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So what we did was we did 6 posts. We set 6 posts, 2 of them in concrete, 2 of them in the Sika brand, the Sika Pro Select, which is what we had tested the first time, and then 2 in the Post Lock, which is a newer product. It's not newer product; it's newer to us.
Sure.
That we had found. So and so each 2 are going to have their own panel. Yeah. And so we're going to put panels up and then just leave them, do like a 6-month revisit, see how they're holding up, that sort of thing, see how stable they are with a horizontal pull or horizontal push test, just to see. I think that's more real world
I do too.
than like a vertical pull test.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Oh, you forgot the health and prosperity. Yeah. Try it again.
This is like the one day where I'm just getting stuff wrong. I mean, you guys are witness to something here.
50%. You had 50%.
Yeah, and this is the one day that it'll happen. All the rest of the days, I'll have it right on. So fame, fortune, health, and prosperity. From now on, that's what we're wishing everyone.
Yep.
Fame, fortune, health, prosperity. Got it.
I like it.
Also, is fortune like prosperity though? No.
Fortune, I think it depends on the meaning of it.
You're right.
Like
prosperity is more of like a
go forth and prosper. Like go forward, yeah. And like change the world
fortune,
around you.
Health,
and fortune, I think, is more like personal. Yeah,
makes sense. Okay.
Also, can custom color for Moon Occupants. I like it.
No problem.
Cool.
Aliens, and then I don't. Oh, they did the. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like the Spock.
No, I can't do that either. I've tried. No.
But we were just talking about custom colored, so
Yeah.
we're like there are in probably a near infinite amount of color combinations from Stand Still experts.
I like it.
But yeah,
Very nice.
yep.
Yep.
So yeah, big stuff coming up.
Yeah.
We're kind of winding up our year. You know, next week's the last week of the year, which
it's crazy.
what we're thinking is on December 31st, we just shut the door to 2020.
Yep.
And we just forget like it didn't even. We just forget it happened.
We don't even look back.
We don't go in that door. We leave it alone. We're not even. We're not going to look at it. We're not going to talk about it.
It's kind of like for those of you who watch Friends. It's like Monica's closet. No one is to go in Monica's closet because then when they open it, everything comes falling out, and so they just don't even go in there.
Yeah, I'll have to trust you on that. But yeah, that's exactly what
you don't touch.
We do not talk about it.
Yep.
We do not even think about it.
Well,
we don't look at it.
And while we're on this topic,
okay.
I think we all need to go in 2021.
Yes.
Like you were going to an antique shop with your mother. Like you go in, you do not touch anything.
Right.
Your hands are in your pocket.
Right.
You are on your best behavior.
Yes.
Like we're just not going to shake things up at all.
Nothing crazy is going to happen.
Nope.
We're not even going to discuss anything out of the ordinary.
No.
It's going to be a normal year.
Best behavior.
We're going to act like we're going to close our eyes and we're going to go to sleep. And we're going to wake up like it's 2019. And this was just a bad dream. It didn't actually happen. This was a nightmare that we were in the middle of. We just wake up New Year's Day. We're like, oh, world's not even crazy. Not as crazy as it was. Huh. Well, I had this weirdest dream. There were like murder hornets and there was this tiger guy. It was weird.
But I think if we look back, there's always, this year is definitely top of the rest.
Yep.
But there was always like those weird things throughout the year. Like, do you remember those clowns? The clowns that were like in the woods and stuff.
That wasn't this year though.
No. But I'm saying like in past years.
In past years,
always been like weird things.
Yeah.
But that was like when it was coming out.
Yeah, there's that meme of like the clown that's in like the gutter, like or in the stormwater runoff.
Little balloon. Yeah. There have been some weird things happen.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like in those years that was really weird and strange. Now it'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Like add it to the list. Like crazy clowns. Sounds about right.
Out. Yep. Time for them to come out.
I was having this conversation with someone the other day where it's like you can take like the most bizarre thing that you can even like most bizarre scenario and like create like a news story about it and put it out onto the internet and people will be like, guess so.
Yeah.
Like China's become a democracy now. Like, well, I don't know. Weird stuff's happened this year. I mean, might as well. Yeah. It's just like you can't rile people up anymore. Like, listen, have you seen what we've been through? Yeah. If we could deal with that, like whatever it is that you come up with, not even a thing.
Yeah. What a joke.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel bad a little bit, just like 2% bad for Hollywood because now they have to come out with even more obscene ideas for TV or, for shows.
Yeah. And now
movies.
It's just going to seem like a documentary.
Yeah. Like Bird Box. Like, I'm like, yeah, I could see that happening. Like,
well, or what's the one? It's like, I don't know. There's like a world-ending calamity where like the ocean rises and like it's got a cruise, like a cruise ship that's going through downtown New York.
Yes, it's not Day After Tomorrow. But yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Now it's like, was that a documentary?
Get your buoys out of the closet. We are ready. We are for the flood.
Get your mandatory rowboat out of the attic. Yep. We need it right now.
Yep.
What's going to be crazy is like, so we're expecting a newborn just anytime. Yeah. Like her level of normal is going to be so much different.
That's true.
We're going to be old and gray one day. We're like, well, you know what? Back in my day, we didn't even have murder hornets. They weren't even a thing. Like, oh, Grandpa, come on. Okay. Everyone knows that murder hornets are a thing. They come out every spring.
Yep.
No. They weren't a thing anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can make up 2020 stories too. Like, growing up, we're like, oh, yeah. I mean, it didn't get a lot of press, but an asteroid fell and landed right in the ocean. It was the craziest thing, but it was during the pandemic, and like everyone just was just really wrapped up with the pandemic. So,
no one was traveling to know.
Yeah. Asteroid fell right in the ocean. So, I mean, it's a good thing those cruise ships weren't going, or else they would have just been smashed. But, crazy thing.
Weird.
And everyone would go, I don't know.
Okay,
I
makes
guess.
sense.
I guess.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I've heard of 2020. Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff going on in 2020, and I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't even think was possible till I looked it up. Like,
You know what?
yeah,
On that same thought, you know how in your history books they like some. I don't even think it's really necessarily on purpose, but some things get left out, right?
sure,
Just because
sure.
there's not enough room to
Yeah.
talk about everything.
Yeah.
Like I am curious to see when they talk about these times, like what gets left out and what's not. You know? Like
Yeah.
it's
Well, and let's say this. So, if you were to tell someone the premise of, say, like Tiger King 5 years ago, they would not believe that was real. They would say, "Oh, that's
Like, yeah,
that's a
you're talking
strange
about
TV show."
You're talking about Joe Dirt. And you're like, no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. It's got
I've seen
tigers.
it. You're confused. Yeah, no. Like, or they'd be like, okay, so it's like Joe Dirt, but just with tigers. Like, is it a new
You're like, I
version
mean,
of that? No, it's
kind of,
real.
but different.
It was like it really happened. Like, yeah, right. I don't think so. Now it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
And now they're like, free him, get him out of there,
Oh my
get
gosh.
him creating some more content.
No joke.
Good grief.
I can't believe that was the same year.
Same year.
Yeah, that or there
You
was
say that like that was a different year. That was this year.
yeah.
Can't believe that actually happened that one year. This one. It was this year.
It's just been so long. It is the weirdest year though, because it's like flown by and drug on simultaneously. And it's so weird.
You know, yeah, it has. And I am so ready to find some level of normalcy. Like, will we ever be back? I hope we'll be back to the level of normalcy that was like last year. But like, I don't know that we'll be there, but I'm ready to find some level of normalcy. You know, so Caleb and I with Stanley Experts were talking earlier, just a few hours ago, about so AFA, the FinTech was canceled.
Yes.
You guys might have seen it on the YouTube channel. I did a live interview with Tony Thornton, who's executive director of the American Fence Association. And in that conversation, he's like, yeah, we've flown to Nashville 3 or 4 times. We've met with the city leaders. We're following all the, up-to-date health protocols. The reason we keep flying out there is to figure out what the health protocols are, like go through it with the venue, where are the entrances, where are the health stations, where like we're making sure this is as on board as we could possibly be and probably overboard in some cases just so we can comply. Because he really wanted that event to happen. I think a lot of us wanted that event to happen.
Absolutely.
And then what it was Monday, I think.
Monday or Tuesday.
Tuesday was yesterday. So I
so
think it
Monday.
must have been Monday that they had Tony had to come out, or the AFA came out first and said that, they were regret to inform everyone that it got postponed to 2022 in New Orleans. So
I'm mad about that.
I don't know. Yeah.
They're going to try to do a virtual one for 2021 or something.
Yeah,
events.
There's going to be some virtual training. They did some in-person training this year. They're going to try to do more in-person training in 2021. Some virtual education and training and that sort of thing. I mean, if there's one thing that Tony's good at, it is problem solving and creating good solutions. So, I'm not worried about it. I was just really looking forward to like seeing people again that I don't see every day. I mean, like no offense or whatever, but just seeing people again.
Well, meeting new people.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, there's none of that going on.
Yeah, and some of my favorite times are like going to home shows. So we like have the HBA home show that unfortunately that's got postponed to all times Mother's Day weekend. Like I don't know about that, but but that's some of the best times is home shows.
Yeah,
because you get to meet new people. I get to talk to them about fence. I wear like a crazy orange blazer and a top hat, and it's a good time. It's a really good time. So I'm looking forward to getting back to that again.
Me too. Oh, breaking news.
Oh,
awesome.
Very good.
Awesome.
Can't some late breaking news.
I like it.
Very good. I can't wait to get over there and test it out.
Yeah.
Hopefully. We're going to need a lot of stain, though. So we're going to need to order. So, Steel Experts, I need to place a significant order of stain with you because we don't have nearly enough.
Yep.
Vince King is with us?
Yes.
We do.
Funny you should ask.
We do. You know what? We need to talk to Vince King about our online quote tool.
Well, I can't wait. Speaking of online quote tools, I got a quote.
Yeah.
And I think it was it Louisiana, maybe?
Yeah,
somewhere
it was.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Crazy dollar amount.
Like $120,000.
I'm flying down there next week to go look at it. Ornamental iron.
And we're going to get started the week after that.
Yeah.
I mean, because basically it's a contract that they want it installed.
Well,
so
I'm just gonna see what we have on the lot does it have to match? I mean, it didn't specifically say.
No,
So
it just
I'm
said,
just gonna-
I think it just said
you know
4
what?
foot ornamental.
I'll just throw it on the trailer and just bring it down there with me when I go meet with them.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo. Yeah.
Real excited.
Just get it done right then.
Yep.
Yeah. So what Fence King did was demonstrated how our online quote tool works. So
yes.
he went onto our website. He clicked on the top of the website where it says free online estimate.
Yep.
And at that point, you enter in your address. It pulls up it's not a Google satellite. We're learning this. It is a Beehive.
Oh, Beehive.
I think that's what it says. I think it's powered by Beehive.
Yep.
But it's what you are familiar with seeing with a Google satellite image of your home.
Yeah.
Then you simply, that's not even a word. You simply point and click, around your yard where you want the fence to go.
Yep.
Choose what style of fence that you're interested in, and it gives you a price.
Yeah.
At that point, you could send that information to us. You enter in some basic information, name, phone number, address, that sort of thing, email address, so that we can contact you.
Yep.
And then move forward from that. Yeah. So the online quote tool, I appreciate Fence King. I appreciate you teeing that up. The online quote tool is great, especially in these crazy times, in that you can get a budgetary price for your fence project without having to schedule 2, 3, 4 fence guys to come out, walk the yard, tell them everything. You can send us all of that information and we can give you a proposal. We used to say same day. We get a lot of these. So it might be like next day or something like that. But we can get you a proposal really quickly.
Yes.
Where when we were doing in-person only proposals, we were scheduled out 3 or 4 weeks during the summer.
Yeah.
So if you wanted a proposal, we'd be glad to get one to you, but it would be 4 weeks later, just because we're trying to get through all of these estimate requests.
Right. Yeah. Because you're going out on site to 6 different estimates in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And each one takes
Springfield to Nixa to sometimes Branson.
Yeah. Each one takes 30, 45 minutes. Plus, your point, the drive time, the preparation of getting the time it takes to prepare the proposals and all that.
Yeah.
So this cuts that down from 4 or 5 weeks to you could get it next day after, something like that.
Yep.
Within a couple days. Yeah. So it really cuts the time down. It's also more convenient because you can do the quote tool overnight in your pajamas.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to, and then we could conduct the phone consultation the following day at a time that's convenient for you. So you really don't have to schedule. One of the things, when I'm getting, when you move and you're getting cable or whatever, stick around the house from 10 to 2 and wait for them to come by, and they don't even come. Then they end up showing up at 4. So you've wasted your whole day and all that.
Yep.
It's an inconvenience to have to schedule time to stay at home to just be there while they do it. So I think the same thing applies to like fencing proposals. You're spending a lot of time waiting for multiple fence guys to come by to do the proposal, and fence gals, fence professionals to come by. Whereas this, you're doing it at a time that's convenient for you. You're doing it on your schedule.
Absolutely. Well, and it's all kind of drives around that consultation call where I'm asking questions that maybe customers haven't thought about, which is kind of cool to me. They might do the online quote tool and I go, what, that looks like a great backyard space, but do you want to ever get into it from your front yard? Because I don't see any gates. Like, oh my gosh, I forgot the gate. So that's what's really cool, is to just talk to them. But to your point, it's a 10, 15-minute conversation versus a hour long drive, drive there, back, and and you have to take time out of your day. And that's hard.
Well, and another thing too, to your point, what you're talking about is you use the phrase consultation, which is absolutely how we view it. It's a consultation. It's not a sales appointment. I don't like the terminology sales appointment.
Right.
Because that infers that we are here to sell you something.
Yes.
And I really don't think that's the correct way to look at it. Now, you can tell us your problems. You can tell us, what's going on in the property, what you're trying to do with the property, and we can give you a solution, how we would best fit in with what you're trying to do, offer a few alternative products, and then just let you make the choice. Right. Like whatever's good for you. Like we'll make suggestions, of course, but when you switch your mentality away from sales and into consultation, it really changes your outlook completely.
Absolutely.
Because we're not here to sell. Because sales sounds like a transaction,
right.
Once and done,
one and done.
Sell this and move on.
Yeah.
Where a consultation is really forming, a partnership and all that. And
absolutely.
We say all the time, we're welcoming people into the Ozark Fence family because that's honestly how we feel.
Right.
It's not, we don't have customers, clients, or anything like that. We have future family and extended family, that sort of thing. And I think that goes in, hand in hand with saying, this is a consultation.
Yeah.
I'm glad to listen to everything you have to say about what's going on.
Yes.
I can offer you some solutions that we can partner with you on. And if you think that one of those solutions is right for the project, we'd love to be able to help you.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah, it's because you hear, and not necessarily in fencing, but you hear in kind of home services in general. There's some definitely some different outlooks on sales processes, sales tactics, high pressure sales, that sort of thing. Like, let's get both the decision makers at the kitchen table at the same time. And you don't leave till you get a yes. You don't leave till you get a yes, or you get 3 no's, or whatever the hell that goes.
Kind of like a timeshare appointment. It's kind of like that. Like, you go.
What do I need to do to get you in a fence today? Because my boss will kill me if I leave here and I don't get a sale. So I am willing to make a deal. It's that whole thing. And I have friends that are car salesmen. I don't want this to sound like a bash, but the car industry in the past used to be like that. Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a reason why they called people used car salesmen is they kind of, what can I do to get you in a car today sort of thing. And I feel like the auto industry as a whole has already made this shift.
Yes.
So we were in the market for a vehicle 3 or 4 years ago, and it was the most low pressure, scenario that I've ever been through. And it was like, and it's kind of similar to where we went on their website, we found a vehicle we liked, and a chat window popped up, and hey, how can we help you? I was like, oh, this is interesting. I was like, well, would you like more information? Yes. Right. I'll have someone call you tomorrow. And all he did was just send over the specifics. Like, here it is. We don't like haggling over price. We know you don't like it either. So here's our bottom dollar. And then he just left it with, if I can help you get into this car, please let me know. I'd be happy to help. If I don't hear back from you, I'll probably follow up in a week if that's okay. Wow.
I love that.
That was not what I was expecting. So I think industries in general kind of figuring it out that people don't want to be sold. They want to buy, or they want to find a solution. Correct.
And that's kind of what I look at it is an educated consumer, potential customer is going to make a better decision than one that's not educated.
Absolutely.
So I look at it as whenever we have these calls, I'm educating you so you can make the best decision for you and your project. And you know what? Even if it's not us, you're the one that has to look at your fence, and you're the one that has to. I don't want to be in a situation where I feel like I had to pressure someone into it and they're not happy with it.
No,
that's silly.
I mean, that's not good. That's not good for either side.
No, and that's not good for our community. That's what I look at, and I don't want to have to avoid eye contact with someone or have someone else feel like they have to, kind of veer off at a trade show.
Yeah,
because they don't want to. I hate that. I hate pressured sales. I don't like that. And what I love about the quote tool as well is it gives you that kind of that range right off the bat. Yeah. You don't have to submit your information to us.
Sure.
So let's say for me, at least I'm doing renovations in my house. I have no idea what it would cost to replumb my house. I don't know.
Right.
I don't have any idea. And so if there was something similar to that, I'd go, oh, okay. I need to save a little bit longer. Or what, maybe let's look at different things. So it's just a really cool, no pressure option to where if they see that range, they go, you know what? Yeah, that's what we were expecting.
Yep.
Then we have that conversation.
And the information doesn't get sent to us until they enter in all of their contact information and then proceed. So it's not, there's a couple ways to setting the software up. I like to do that just because it's like are you definitely sure? Like, I don't want you to feel like you're tricked into submitting this, or you didn't know we were reaching out to you with a phone call. Like, we want you to want this for sure.
All right. This is an awesome next question. Okay. Funny you should ask, Dan. So for 98% of the jobs that I go out to for a final walkthrough, it's within 5 feet.
Yeah.
And I say that now we've kind of done one better, and it's within about 2 to 3, only because I use our quote tool and I also pull up the plot map. So I'm able to see their property plot and verify those. Sometimes on the quote tool, maybe one neighbor doesn't have a fence.
Sure.
And so it's hard to see where that property line is.
Yeah.
And so then when I am able to have that conversation with them, send them over all of the educational material, kind of their quotes, that sort of thing, I also send them that screenshot of the plot map. Say, hey, here's how I got those measurements.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it's not always, so sometimes it is more than 5 feet, but typically it's if the project scope has changed a little
That's
bit.
right. That's right.
So,
And when we say
occasionally that happens.
98%, that's 98% of projects we installed that we compared to the quote tool.
Yep.
So, this is a quote tool that they had received. Here's a project that actually got installed. How close is it? And
Yes.
90 is like 98 point whatever percent was within that range that
Yep.
the quote tool gave them. So
Yep.
how crazy is it that we live in a time that we've got the technology that a satellite that's traveling however fast, however far over the earth could take
Yeah.
a snapshot of essentially your backyard
Yeah.
and be within 5, the satellite's within 5. And like you say, we do it a step better where we'll compare it to, the county assessor's website. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So try to bring that down to 2 or 3 feet.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Fence King.
Yeah.
Great follow-up question.
Very
It's actually
accurate.
incredibly accurate.
Yes. Yeah. And that is a question I get a lot.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You can give me a quote without coming out here. I get that
Yeah.
one a lot.
Right.
I'm like, oh, well, we certainly wouldn't dig before going out there.
Right,
You know,
right.
this is just the first step.
Well, and that, exactly. It's the first step in the process. So, usually the follow-up question, well, don't you guys come out? Absolutely. Yeah. I want to meet you. I want to shake your hand. Well, not right now, not in pandemic. I
Yeah.
want to give you like a air
Like
bump or elbow.
Yep.
I want to meet you and I want you to
Yes.
meet me.
Yep.
And so that we both can be so completely comfortable with this transaction before we even move forward. We do come out.
Yeah.
And we want to verify because
Yeah.
we want to make sure that we're sending our team members with the correct materials, with the correct quantity of materials. We do come out, but we just move that step a little bit later in the process to try to make it most convenient.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's typically when you see things that maybe a homeowner hasn't thought about, like gutter placement. I see that sometimes where they go, oh, yeah, let's maybe move it up a foot or move it back a foot.
Yeah, gutter downspout placement, also AC units.
Yes, that's
so
true.
do we want to keep the AC unit in the yard or out of the yard or inside the fence or outside the fence?
Yeah.
Windows.
Yes. That's
So
a big one
bedroom
too.
windows is a big one.
Mhm.
Because that's, when I was doing estimates, that was one of the number one things I'd ask is like, where does that window go? Like, you don't have to tell me like whose room it is, but what is the room used
Yes.
for?
Does that room
Is it a
need extra
bedroom?
privacy?
Yeah. If it's a bedroom, it should probably
Or
be
a bathroom.
secured.
That's
Or
another one.
bathroom. Yeah.
Yep.
If it's a living room or an office, okay. But just things to think about. So there are some times where the project changes once we're on site.
Yeah.
But
That's very nice. Let's see here.
hello, Rhonda.
Hello.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, and this
Merry
Rob was
Christmas
in the other day.
Eves. What's that?
This is Rob that was in the other day, I believe.
Oh!
I believe.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah,
Rob.
yeah. Very cool.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
welcome.
Yes. Also curious how your project is getting along.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
wood to steel brackets.
Yep.
I'm excited.
That's
All
right. That's right. So
How's that gate working?
no baby yet. So we're still on baby watch, which technically our date is January the 4th, our induction date, or we go on January 4th to have a baby. So that's
They're
like
not gonna last.
I don't think so either. I don't think we've already been once, as you guys know, we've talked about it.
Yeah.
Last Thursday we went
Oh.
we went in last Thursday night. We were there for a solid 5 hours.
Oh.
And so but no baby yet. Any day is what we're saying.
Okay.
I hope she arrives healthy.
Yes.
Period. But like for future birthdays, like I hope she makes it further, as far
Yeah.
away from Christmas as possible.
That's true.
Because like I've got friends that have birthdays around Christmas. I know people have birthdays around Christmas, and it's always like, yeah, it's not as neat as you think it is, because you actually only get half your presents, because you get half of them for birthday, half of them for Christmas. Whereas you, like my birthday's in September, you get all the presents for your birthday, and then all the presents for Christmas. Mine gets split up between birthday and Christmas.
In parties, that kind of thing. Now, the good thing is our cousin Josh, his is on the 21st.
Yeah, that's true.
And he gets to see more of the extended family on his birthday because of that.
Yep.
So there's some
That's
pros.
the flip side of the
There's
coin.
some
Flip
pros,
side of the coin for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's during winter break for school.
That's true.
So
That's a
more
good point.
likely to have, school friends over,
That's true, yeah.
post pandemic. Yeah. So I mean,
That's cool.
two sides of the coin.
I'm
But
excited.
to answer your guys' question, no baby yet.
Not yet. All right.
And if this is rather, if you were the one in the other day, yes.
Oh, there he goes. Sorry, Vince King. We're gonna skip you for a second.
Okay.
Yes. Oh,
Thank you. I
awesome.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
If you were in our office the other day, and
it is.
is it?
Yep. Poster in the ground.
Perfect.
Good deal. Awesome.
I was going to ask for an update. So thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
great, great example of what we were talking about earlier that, we're trying, our 2021 goal is to try to bring awareness that we do sell, the same materials that we would install in your yard. We do sell those retail too. So, for the DIY crowd or for, the small contractor that doesn't, because a lot of these supply houses that we buy from, you have to place fairly substantial orders before they'll even consider bringing it over to you. So we'd like to bring awareness that we do supply materials like that for those guys.
Yeah. Well, and offer support too, to those. We have a lot of people that'll call and go, so I bought materials. Now, what do you do in this situation?
Yeah.
That's neat.
I feel like that's where we bring a lot of value. Yep. Is that we can lend our experience to, all these different situations where you might not see that, at a home store.
Right.
Where the training was a 30-minute video on running, working in that department. Not to bash that. Well, I worked part-time. So during the housing crisis, I worked for my dad in the fence company, but also I worked part-time at a home store. We'll say that. In the building materials section. Cause I was like, hey, this is what I know.
I build things.
Yeah, the training was not as in depth as I would have liked it to be. Cause I was like, I know this stuff, but someone without my experience coming in here, this could end badly. Like there could be a lot of frustration here. Yeah. So I like to think that that's the value that we bring is that we can help, apply our experience to, your projects.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Great example.
So
how timely.
Happy. Yes. Thank you, Rob, for tuning in.
Absolutely.
And Rhonda, if you were with Rob as well.
That's right.
Hello, Rhonda.
Don't rule Rhonda out of this.
Yeah. And the important thing is Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve. And we wish you fame and fortune and happiness and prosperity. Health.
But also happiness.
Also happiness. But health and prosperity. I almost got that one.
All right. I'm going to go back up here real quick. Yes. It does.
Yep. So what you'll see is when you're choosing your materials, there's one whole section that is like, so there's like wood and then there's wood with removal.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yep. So it'll give you, it doesn't necessarily break it down, but that's what we do in the kind of in the estimation process. Cause there's sometimes people go, I can get my cousin to do that, or I can get my nephew to do that. I hear that a lot.
Sure.
I can get my younger relative to do this.
Yeah.
that's okay. Fine. Totally fine with us.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. That it's helpful.
And you could actually use the tool. You could do one option with
that's true
with removal and one option without, and just to try to play and see what your options are. Absolutely. Great question.
I think the other thing, we keep talking about a range, and that's kind of like a lowest to highest range.
Yeah.
And I think that that's good just because you never know what you're going to get into when you're out there.
Right.
As far as it typically you're going to fall right in the middle.
Yeah.
I would say most of my projects fall right in the middle, but it kind of gets you prepared for if you do decide to come 2 feet up for that downspout.
Yep.
That sort of thing.
Or you want to add a gate.
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah. We'll see that sometimes where the quote tool will have one gate on it, but then to your point earlier where we're looking at the assessor's map or the satellite view and we're like, oh, well, have you thought about how you're getting back here from, with a trailer? I see you only have a single personal gate. You don't have a vehicle gate. Do you ever pull a trailer back there? Have you ever pulled a trailer back there?
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I do need to. And so that's kind of what that range helps with also.
Yeah.
Is that so that now all of a sudden we're not just completely out of the ballpark of what we had told you.
Exactly. Oh, how much time do you have, Brent?
I wish. Brent lives in California. He knows all about this.
Yeah,
he knows all about it.
Second lockdown now?
Yeah. Like yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. So I wish, Brent. I really wish.
Well, and not only are you dealing with a pandemic, but therefore you're dealing with fires.
Yeah. Yeah. This has been a crazy year for California.
Yeah. Brent's had all the excitement over there.
That's right.
And that's okay. We keep it there.
You can have it.
You can
absolutely have it. Yep. We'll actually just send you all the pandemic we have.
Yeah.
We'll just send it over.
You got room for
it.
Yeah.
But it's.
I will say though, as much as everyone has grievances with this past year and stuff, I think that it's really going to make people grateful for what they have and
Absolutely.
for like seeing each other and all the little things. I remember when it first started, everyone was really bummed out about having to, self-quarantine.
Yeah.
This is back
Oh,
when
yeah.
the 30-day thing was going on.
Yep.
And I remember thinking it was so cool. I walked around a neighborhood and every family was out, and they were they were distanced, it was just their own families, but they were throwing the ball, or
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
playing with chalk on the sidewalk. And like, that was
Yep.
really neat to see families grow in this. And of course there are always negatives with that too,
Sure.
but I think if nothing else, it's going to teach us to be happy for the little things and be grateful for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to butcher this, but there's a saying that's something like the deeper the valley makes you appreciate the peaks more, like something to that effect. But just saying, the bad times make the good times seem even better.
Even better.
So
Absolutely.
that's what we're hoping for. That is certainly what we're pulling for here.
All right. Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, I honestly think that's the way of this, right? So, you don't take risk, you don't take exaggerated risks, right? So, we're not in huge groups of people. We're not, we're not taking excessive risks, but at the same time, like, you can't also. My personality would not handle it well if I were locked in my house for months on end. Like, it wouldn't. So, I mean, that's part of why, like, I enjoy shows like this, is because we get to interact with you guys without putting everyone physically in a room. Correct. Right. So, and Brent, like, I've never actually met Brent in person. So, this show lets us do that. But so it lets us be cautious, right? It lets us try to be as helpful as we can at scale, but also kind of be as safe as possible while we're doing that too.
Yeah.
So,
well, and that's, another great thing about the quote tool.
Yep.
Less
Absolutely.
interactions, like in-person interactions right off the bat.
Right.
And that's kind of why we started really pushing that as a first step. And then it just worked out.
Yeah. We've had it as an option for several years, and we always used it as if you got time, you could use this too. But when all this started coming about, it just became a mandatory first step. Because, if you think about it, before we were doing it, to what you said before, like 6 appointments a day, so you were interacting with 6 people in their living room, or at least meeting them face to face. And then you'd go home, and then the next day you'd meet another 6 people, and you go home, and then another 6 and another 6. And you're interacting with me, and I've been out to see people, and you're interacting with our dad, and he's been out to see people, so there are a lot of benefits to this quote tool. One of them being just kind of a precaution against like being a spreader.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So there's another positive.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thanks, Brent.
Speaking of staying positive, that's right, Mark.
Welcome,
like it.
Mark. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm a big believer that no matter what you call it, whether it's karma, whether it's faith, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big believer in that. Yeah. Like, what happens will happen, and it's typically things typically happen for a reason.
Well, and I think the important thing to remember is that you don't normally, majority of the time, you don't know that reason.
Right.
You will later.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing is like, hindsight's 20/20. Yeah. So when you look in the rear view, you're like, oh, okay.
Which is funny, 2020. So is that, we look in our rear and go, well, could be 2020.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna say from now on.
Yeah,
hindsight's 20/20. Hindsight's 20/20. Leave that in the rearview mirror.
Yes.
Do not bring it.
Do not look
leave
back.
It in the dust.
We're moving forward.
That's right.
And I live my life. All right.
Well, guys, we usually wrap this up around 1, and we're about 1:22. But I enjoy it. I appreciate you guys helping us create content like this. Yeah. Being a part of it, making this an interactive show certainly makes this enjoyable.
Absolutely.
We'll do this. We'll do last call. I know. So the video runs about 20 seconds. So the chat is real time, but the video's on like a 20-second delay. So we'll give this just a little bit, 20, 30 seconds to, if you want to have any last minute questions, we're obviously happy to answer them.
Yeah.
So, let's do this. What are your holiday plans?
Oh boy. Let's see. I think tonight I'm going to finish all of the wrapping that I have not done.
Okay.
Yep. That's going to be priority 1. And then tomorrow we're going over to TJ's family.
Okay.
They have a big shindig at his aunt's house. And
for those of our audience that don't know TJ, that weren't here last week, who is TJ?
TJ is my fiance.
Oh.
Yeah. So got engaged last Thursday. Yeah. So it's been not quite a week.
That's right. Sure. Still new and fresh.
Tomorrow, yeah. So we'll go over to his family.
So are you like celebrating anniversaries of the engagement? Like, is this the 1 week anniversary of the engagement?
We're gonna have one engagement or one hopefully one anniversary, but also one anniversary. Yeah. No, that's too many dates. We can barely keep up with one. We had to actually look back and see what it was. So not super big on dates. But yeah, gonna go over there, and then on Christmas Day, we're gonna go and spend time with our family. So
there you go.
That'll be fun.
There you go.
That way, not a lot of back and forth, and you're just able to spend an entire day on that. So that's cool.
There you go.
I'm excited. Yeah. What about you? Well,
we're staying at home. We're on baby watch.
Yeah.
So prior to Thanksgiving, just before Thanksgiving, Taylor's doctor advised her that we should limit ourselves to groups of 6 people or less. So, which, with our family rules out family affairs, So we were supposed to go to our sister's for Thanksgiving, and everyone was planning on coming over to our place for Christmas Eve. And that obviously got canceled. So we will be sitting at home making the most of it. So
you said something about a ham, didn't you?
I'm going to smoke a ham probably. Okay. Think so. So we'll do that.
That'd be good.
It's always a good time.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, Jackson's 3. So this Christmas is right up his alley this year. So
big fan.
Yep. Yeah. We'll probably be helping him build stuff or play with stuff or build and play with stuff probably.
Perfect.
But and then just waiting to see when baby Josie decides to show up, which anytime.
Cool. Yeah. Anytime. I hope for your guys' sake it is not on Christmas.
I hope not to. That would be tremendous. So next week would be great. Week after next would be
even better.
Yeah. So that's kind of what they were telling us at the hospital was, we're right in the middle. They said, the contractions and all the, baby stuff that a fence guy doesn't understand. We're right in the middle of it. Yeah. So they said, we're not far enough into this where we take you into labor and delivery, but we're not far enough away from that to send you home. We're still in observation mode. Yep. And after 5 hours, I was like, all right, guys, listen, and this is like midnight, 12:30. So I was like, all right. And I didn't say this. I'm thinking this in my head. I'm like, let's make a decision. Yeah. What are we going to do? Like, if you need my help, I've got a coin. We can flip it. At this point, I really don't care.
Yeah.
But their point was, though, that they didn't want us to go into labor and delivery because, Josie's still 3 weeks away from being fully developed. So, right now, while she's the correct size, when we're talking about like lung development's not there yet. Can they give her a shot? Yes, but they prefer not to. I understand that completely.
Absolutely.
So we would like for her to wait as long as possible, but that might not be possible.
Oh.
What's up, Anthony? Thank you. Oh, looking good, Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate the recognition because most of the recognition around here goes her way. So I thank you. I appreciate getting the recognition for once. Not for once.
I'll try.
But you get it.
I'll try harder next week.
Well, you're not gonna have a Santa hat. So, and if you think I'm not wearing the Santa hat next week because it's after Christmas, you're wrong.
Oh, well, it's kind of like when do you take your Christmas tree down? Like you have to wait till the end of the year.
I think Christmas tree goes up pretty quick.
Really?
I think
stays up.
No, I don't know. We'll see.
Mine stays up. All right. Taylor says she would like Josie today.
Yeah, she's like, all right, enough of this like development stuff. Like, let's do this. Yes. Let's just have Josie today and be done with it.
Yep.
She's at the point where it's a struggle.
All right. Okay. All right. I guess we'd be nice to each other. I don't know. Well, thank you for tuning in, Anthony.
Yeah, that's right.
Happy holidays.
Thank all of you. Sarah's just thanking Anthony. I'm thanking everyone. Thank all of you. Sarah's very singular focus here, but
but really, thank you guys for tuning in.
We appreciate you guys coming with us and hanging out with us once a week for an hour and a half and listening to our rambles about aliens in the moon and mashed potatoes and all the rest of the nonsense.
Yeah.
And occasionally a little bit of fence talk.
Yeah,
we are known to be a fence show once in a while. So, but we thank you guys.
Yes.
Without you guys being interactive and kind of teeing up some questions for us and letting us know what we should be talking about, this show would probably be a lot more boring. So we thank you. You guys mean a lot to us, and you're very helpful. You're a part of the show.
That's true. I like it.
Yeah, but for now, so the schedule we discussed earlier for those of you that joined recently was so next week we're going to do this on Wednesday again. Even though I get it, I got the title wrong. It said Ask a Fence Golf Friday. This is the one time that I'm going to be wrong, so you guys got to be witness to that. It will not happen again. Next week, I will be sure to put in Ask a Fence Scout Wednesday because we will be live Wednesday noon Central. And yeah,
I like
we'll
it.
go from there.
Perfect. All right. Bye, guys.
Guys, thank you.